From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. Sessions from Studio A is a showcase featuring some of the best original music from local and touring artists recorded right here in WNIJ's Studio A.
'Cause it seems that every breath you take.
Nick Scarpinato is a singer, guitarist, and songwriter currently based in Midlothian, Illinois. He joins us this hour for a few stripped-down acoustic performances, and we'll hear tracks from his last album featuring his full band. I'll also talk with Nick Scarpinato and learn more about his background. Don't go anywhere, it's all coming up this hour on a brand new Sessions from Studio A. Welcome to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt, welcoming singer-songwriter Nick Scarpinato to the show this week. We will get to hear two sides of Nick on the show, with some solo acoustic recordings from right here in Studio A, and songs from his full band album, With Regards from Far Away. Also listen for a talk with Nick Scarpinato later on about his music and background. As always, though, let's start off with some music. This is Nick Scarpinato with I Don't Want You to Miss Me, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
I don't want you to miss me. I just want you to leave. So don't call me baby, 'cause we both know that's what I need. Then maybe I'm in trouble, 'cause maybe that's what I want. Ooh, so don't get me started, 'cause I won't make you stop. That's what I thought. So don't call me over, 'cause I've already lost. I'm not broken, I'm just a little broken in. Tell me, do you remember when I told you I'm not drinking, I'm just a little drunk on you. Here I go again, play the fool. I can't believe it's true. Oh, this love ain't what it used to be back when it was new. I got used to you and all your selfish ways. I know that love can be a battleground in this war for two, and in the end one will lose. Whoa, I'm not tired, I've just been awake too long, in my room alone, writing songs that you'll never here. I'm not together. I'm just not broken up. But if I take another punch, all this blood's on you. Oh, this love ain't what it used to be back when it was new. I got used to you and all your selfish ways. I know that love can be a battleground in this war for two, and in the end, one will lose. Whoa, whoa, ooh, ooh. I'm not lonely, I've just given you all of me. And when you're not around, can't you see I'm nothing? Oh, this love ain't what it used to be back when it was new. I got used to you and all your selfish ways. I know that love can be a battleground in this war for two, and in the end, one will lose. Whoa, whoa, ooh, ooh. Whoa, whoa, ooh, ooh. Whoa, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh.
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Nick Scarpinato playing live here in the studio. And we're here now with Nick. Thanks for coming out to DeKalb and playing for us in Studio A. Great set.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me, Spencer.
You were mentioning you're from the Chicago suburbs. Is that where you're from originally? Tell us a little bit about growing up in the suburbs.
Yeah, so I'm a suburbs boy, but to folks listening from the city of Chicago, it's not actually one of the suburbs in the city. It's Midlothian is where I live now, and I grew up a town over in Oak Forest. Went to school in Decatur, Illinois, so I was in central Illinois for a little bit, and then I moved back up to Aurora. So I've only stayed in Illinois all my life, and I wish I was a little bit more interesting on that front. But
But you're around the Aurora area right now?
Actually, so I'm back in Midlothian up
Okay,
until very
there we
recently.
go.
So I'm still back where I started. On the Monopoly board, I'm back at Go. So I'm excited to see where the next 28 years take me.
Nice, full circle.
I hope so.
I wanted to ask about some of your kind of musical beginnings and backgrounds, and you made a joke in the studio about how you were kind of yelling for years trying to be like Dave Grohl, and now you're kind of evolving into a bit more of a subdued singer-songwriter style. How did you first, let's go all the way back, how did you first start getting into music and then writing your own songs?
Sure. Well, when I was a baby, when I was a wee lad, not that far. But when I was a kid, my mom always listened to music, and she was always singing in the car, and she was encouraging me and my sister to sing. And I had no formal training for years, and we always thought my sister was going to be the singer, the musician. I was the baseball kid, and one day in high school, my dentist of all people, he had asked me how I liked high school. And with all of the tools in my mouth, I was like, it's fine. And he said, I'm going to impart some wisdom. The people who hate going to high school every day, they're the ones that aren't doing anything. It's the people that are in every club and every sport and every activity. They're the ones that make the most out of their experience at school. And in the moment, I kind of just brushed that off as some older gentleman giving me unsolicited advice. But then flash forward to maybe a week later, there was an intercom speaker announcement about the fall play, and I tried out and I got a part. And from there, it was just making connections within the theater community in my district and the music community in my district and joining band. And it was just this big snowball effect, because I loved doing theater so much and I loved performing so much.
And was that your kind of first time performing in front of people like that?
Yes. Yeah. I'd played Arthur the Aardvark in first grade for an elementary school play.
Love it.
But aside from that, no, I didn't have any experience performing on a stage for people. And I guess that wide or that mass validation in real time of the audience applauding or smiling or laughing at a joke that I made, it was exactly the scratch that I needed to itch as far as coming out of my shell and figuring out who I was. And it all started with what I like to do. And so I started writing music with a friend of mine at the time, and we started playing shows mostly at the school, and every once in a while we'd go to an open mic. And then I went to school for commercial music, so I was on the recording side, and I was learning how to produce and be an engineer, but also I was in a songwriting class, and we were doing live performances, and now I'm here post graduation. How many 6 years? Oh my God, 6 years post graduation, and I am still doing what I love, which is wild, and I'm very fortunate and lucky to still be able to do this, especially earn money from it. I never thought that was possible, to make a living off of this.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I'm very lucky.
And then going back to that thing you said about originally wanting to sound like Dave Grohl or something, and then evolving. So when you started off, were you writing like heavier, more rock influenced songs?
Yeah, weirdly enough, the artist that I was listening to a lot prior to the Foo Fighters, I was listening to a lot of Metallica. So when I was writing songs, I always assumed that it had to have a riff, it had to have a solo section, it had to have some really cool guitar part that would be featured in a Netflix show 10 years after. And like, it was the Foo Fighters that really brought me out of that mindset, because they have plenty of songs that don't have any solos and are just chords. And I feel so silly in retrospect for having not realized that sooner, that you can be a songwriter and like a musician and not have to write 7.5 minute guitar solos. And so naturally I started trying to play their songs, and then that led me to trying to sing like them. And the thing about Dave Grohl is he is the same way that you develop calluses on your fingers, like your voice also adjusts to whatever style of music that you're singing, and you learn healthier ways to sing in those styles. And he, being the professional, knew what he was doing. I, being the high school junior or whatever, I did not know what I was doing. So I would tear my voice apart every show, and then I wouldn't be able to talk for 2 days. And and it wasn't until I started writing music myself and not loving the results of trying to emulate the rock, stadium artists that I listened to, by not sounding like them and being frustrated with that was where I pivoted, and I started writing softer songs, and I started listening to more music that was on the radio. And
it sounds like kind of discovering your own sound, but in that process too.
That was a huge part of it. Ironically enough, there was a huge, in like 2010 to 2014 or 15, there was a huge wave of cover artists on YouTube, namely the band Boyce Avenue, if anyone knows Boyce Avenue, who would cover like Katy Perry and Rihanna and Coldplay and all
so
these
do like
artists.
Pop songs, but as a band kind of.
Yeah, and it was all acoustic. So the drummer was playing cajon, and there were 2 guitars, and that was really formative for me in learning that I can play songs in different styles, but it still sounds like the original song, and it still sounds good. And I can listen to pop music without my friends judging me, and which is its own thing. It was its own thing I have to unpack, but so it was emulating Dave Grohl for a while, and then emulating those cover bands, and then through that finding my own style and covering songs, and then that just seeped into my original music as well. So I like to think it's a wonderful, enormous amalgamation of all these artists that I listened to almost through a filter.
lying next to me, but I really don't know why. 'Cause it seems that every breath you take is one more breath closer to goodbye. And I ought to know by now that holding on will ache these hands in time. Then only then will I see the future in the corner of my eye. There she goes again when she runs around my mind. I get lost in perfect circles and I'm losing track of time. So it goes, I'm not falling out of love, but holding on to this abandoned ledge. And down below I see an ocean as it's pulling at the edge. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I know I'm wrong, but won't you help me catch me falling? Turn me back around again. 'Cause you know that I'm the risk. My heart just can't be trusted and my head can't see the end. Will you be down there at the bottom if I close my eyes and let go? 'Cause I can feel my fingers slipping and I hate the thought of being alone. Oh, I know I'm wrong, but won't you help catch me falling? Turn me back around again. 'Cause you know that I'm a risk. My heart just can't be trusted and my head can't see the end. I know I'm wrong, but won't you help me catch me falling? Turn me back around again. 'Cause you know that I'm a risk. My heart just can't be trusted and my head can't see the end. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You're lying next to me, but I really don't know why. 'Cause it seems that every breath I take is one more breath closer to goodbye.
Nick Scarpinato with Catch Me Falling, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A. Stay tuned, we have more coming up from his solo acoustic recording with us, and some tracks from his last album featuring his full band. That's all coming up after the short break. It's Nick Scarpinato on Sessions from Studio A.
Wake up, let's go. We'll take the wheel, yeah, it's ours. We'll steal away the control.
This is Sessions from Studio A with singer-songwriter Nick Scarpinato from Midlothian, Illinois. You can find his music on all streaming services, and check out more from Nick over on Facebook and Instagram at Nick Scarpinato. Let's get right back into the music. We've got more from his solo acoustic recording from here in WNIJ's Studio A. This one's titled Wildberry. It's Nick Scarpinato on Sessions from Studio A.
aren't you daring at last? I'm starting to see how your sour and sweet could be a great match. Wild berry, while you buried the past with some water and artwork, you grew your own memory patch. Oh, won't you show me how far you go? Keep your taste in my mouth when you tell me that I don't know. Wild berry, I won't carry this guilt. It's the bed that you made, sticks and stones you've laid, and the house you've built. Wild berry, won't you spare me some space? See, I know how you live, and I've no sun to give since my shine went away. Oh, won't you show me how far you'd go? Keep your taste in my mouth when you tell me that I don't know. Oh, won't you show me how far you'd go? Keep your taste in my mouth when you tell me that I don't know. Wild berry, it just ain't fair. See, this hurts, 'cause it wasn't all bad, but you left me in the dirt. So this next one is a tune called Tennessee, and like a lot of my songs, it's a breakup song. But it's about that feeling that you get when, after you end things with someone, you can't go back to the same places that you used to with them for fear of seeing them or thinking about them or not being able to move on. So sorry, people listening from Tennessee, I guess you'll never see me again. This one's called Tennessee. I hope you like it. Here I am at 23, reflecting on the life that I shared previously. I'm nothing if not just so scared to see you again. Here we are in Tennessee, chasing after sunsets and our wildest dreams. But neither shone as bright or burned quite like you and me, or so it seemed. And I could say we were fine, but why would I lie? At least we tried. Here we are in ecstasy, wondering if the only drug that we'll ever need will We'll burn up into this thin air that we are desperately trying to breathe. And I could say we were fine, but why would I lie? At least we try. And I could say we were fine, but why would I lie? At least we tried. At least we tried.
I believe you played a lot of new ones here in the sets today. Tell us a little bit about some of these upcoming plans. Is there plans for an EP or another album coming soon?
Yeah, so I haven't put out any music since 2022, and that was a Christmas EP where I was just doing covers and one original song that I had written.
I love the title of that, is like the totally planned acoustic Christmas
all
album.
acoustic Christmas EP.
The totally planned.
Totally
though.
planned, yeah. And I released it. I meant to release it Christmas Eve, but then because they were all covers, they processed slower, so it didn't come out until like January 7th.
Oh no!
And no one was listening. Yeah, so I felt since 2021, since the release of my EP Golden Part 1 with High and I Don't Want You to Miss Me, and the third song, which is eluding me better than normal. I have spent the last couple of years focused on other parts of the musician craft, and like any artist will tell you, I'm kind of in the middle of a million different things and getting nowhere closer to any of them being complete. But I do have one upcoming project that I'm very excited about, which is very close to being done. I am releasing a split EP with my friend and collaborator. His project name is Invisible Hands, and the EP is set to drop before the end of the year.
Great.
Yeah, and the song that I played today, "Catch Me Falling," is one of my songs on the EP. We each get two, and beyond that, there is a Golden Part 2 that is set to release, TBD. But I hate to leave people who were expecting the Part 2, the second shoe to drop, for 3 years. But I promise it's coming. It's coming, y'all.
And on the production side of things, you mentioned that first record was pretty much self-produced. What about for these new songs you're working on? Is there plans to do that yourself, or are you going to go into a studio? Tell us about the production process there.
I love getting to do stuff by myself. I love getting trapped in my own little world, but that's only because I love having control, or at least I like knowing where I'm going, and so I tried to do a bunch of demos recording songs for an album all by myself, and it turned out fine. I'm my own worst critic, so obviously I gave it to a really good producer friend of mine, Gray Taxon, and he listened to all the songs, and he was like, yeah, these are good. And then I turned to him, and I'm like, they could be better, right? Tell me they could be better. And so we started working on the first EP together, and that was him playing guitar and producing and mixing the whole thing, and me playing bass, and we got some drummer friends of mine to pop in, and it's very similar process for the second EP, where I'm working with Gray again, and we're throwing a couple more people into the mix, different studios that we're recording at, his home studio, different drummers and instrumentalists that we're throwing in there. And then on top of that, the split EP that I'm doing with my buddy Jake in Invisible Hands, that is as close to independent as we can get. But it's nice to just even have one other person to bounce ideas off of. So we're recording in his basement, his home studio, and it's such a wild difference between doing things alone and having only your thoughts to bounce off of, essentially having an echo chamber to run ideas through.
Right.
Versus even just one other brain to be like, actually, this could probably be a little different. Let's see what it sounds like. And it just helps speed along the creative process. And it feels so good to be working with someone who understands your vision. And so mostly independently for the time being. But who knows? We'll see in the future as releases get released and people start listening to them. So this one's a song called "Crashing Cities," and it's a song that I wrote years ago in college. With a friend of mine who lives in Texas now, and it was written as a duet, so it's a little tough to play it as a duet with her being so many states away, but we make do with what we got. So I wrote a version of it that's just me. Wake up, let's go. We'll take the wheel, yeah, it's ours. We'll steal away the control. Away the control. Hop in, hold on. We're gonna run out of road before we know where we belong. It won't be long until the sun goes down, but time can't stop us now. I don't care where we are, we're lighting up the town. There's a fire in our hearts, we're gonna burn it all down. Whoa, I don't care where we are, they're gonna know our names. There's a fire in our hearts and they'll get lost in the beauty of our flames, the beauty of our flames. So I'm taking the view while I'm crashing cities with you. Yeah, I'll take the view while I'm crashing cities with you. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Big fields, phone lines. You got your feet on the dash and your hands on a half-empty bottle of wine. Bright lights roll up. We run these wells till they're dry just to feel like us, and that's enough. Oh, the moon, it shines so bright. All our dreams are realized. I don't care where we are, we're lighting up the town. There's a fire in our hearts, we're gonna burn it all down. Whoa, I don't care where we are, they're gonna know our names. There's a fire in our hearts and they'll get lost in the beauty of our flames, the beauty of our flames. So I'm taking the view while I'm crashing cities with you. Yeah, I'll take in the view while I'm crashing cities with you. Yeah, yeah. Nah.
Nick Scarpinato with that new song, Crashing Cities, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. You can find more music from Nick Scarpinato on all streaming services. He's got music videos on YouTube, and you can also find more on Facebook and Instagram at Nick Scarpinato. Don't go anywhere. We still have more music coming up with some tracks from his album With Regards from Far Away, featuring his full band sound. That's coming up after the short break here on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A. If you're just joining us, our guest is Nick Scarpinato. We've been hearing a solo acoustic performance from him earlier this hour, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. And we've got some tracks showing now the other side of Nick Scarpinato with his full band sound. This is from his album With Regards from Far Away. It's titled Don't Bother. It's Nick Scarpinato on Sessions from Studio A.
I don't want no picking fights. Can't you see we're too old for this? But if you want to pick a side, go ahead, cause I already win. I don't want to be the one who breaks it all up, but here not tonight. But if you don't wanna lose, well, guess you'll learn you can't always be right. I tried warning you, didn't I, but you brushed me off for the last time. I can't say it enough, I'm not fine. Don't bother trying to comfort me. You took too long taking your time. Don't bother cause I'm over it. What will you give up, I wonder? If it's not your pride, don't bother. Don't bother. Could you tell me how long you think this could ever go on? Do you know how it feels to be wrong? If you don't, then you're gonna know now. I tried warning you, didn't I, but you brushed me off for the last time. I can't say it enough, I'm not fine. Don't bother trying to comfort me. You took too long taking your time. Don't bother cause I'm over it. What will you give up, I wonder? If it's not your pride, don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother. Don't bother. No, don't. I think you're wonderful, wonderful for me, and I feel wonderful. Wonder what's in store for me. I know this girl and I met her in my dreams. She's rocking my world and I don't know what it means. But I know, yeah, I know what it feels like. And I know I know that it feels right. And I think you're wonderful, wonderful for me. And I feel wonderful, wonder what's in store for me. No, it hasn't been too long, but I'm already writing this song to you, to you. And by the time that I am through, I hope you'll feel the way I do, 'cause I am feeling wonderful, and I want you to feel it too. Yeah. Whoa.
Nick, what is coming up next for you as we get into the fall? What is coming up for you? What are some plans?
So definitely planning on celebrating my birthday in a big way. It's at the end of October. I know it's sort of a joke answer, but
With a little concert, possibly?
let's hope so. I can't imagine. I played a show for my birthday, for my golden birthday when I turned 26, and I cannot imagine having a birthday weekend without playing a show since then. It's just so much fun. So birthday show maybe. A couple of my friends, the split EP with Invisible Hands, will be releasing. So I'm hoping to book some shows with him and I and other artists playing with us that look forward to throughout the northwest and south suburbs of Chicago. Maybe in the city if you're willing to make the trek out there. And recording more of Golden Part 2 is ideal. And I don't, I am one. I did say earlier I love putting time limits on myself, and I feel like if I were to just drop a date now, that wouldn't be too incriminating. But for Golden Part 1, we released it on my birthday in 2021, and we are on track to release the second EP on my birthday 2024. So
Okay.
I will let y'all sleuths to figure out what that exact date is.
Yes.
And just know that it's the end of October, but it's not Halloween. I'm giving too much information. Spencer, you have to stop me.
Well, we're gonna have new music by the end of the year, so I'm excited
yeah.
for some new music from you.
Yeah.
Where's the best place for people to go to find your music, and then also to follow you on the socials and all of those places? Give us the plugs.
Yeah, the best plug would be my Instagram. My Instagram handle is all lowercase Nick_Scarpinato. The last name is Scarpinato, but you're probably seeing it spelled out on wherever you're listening to this podcast, radio show. And yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. That has a link tree in my bio, which itself has links to all of my other important places that you can find me. My Instagram, my Facebook, my Spotify, Apple Music. I streamed on Twitch months and years ago, and sometimes I'll do live shows, live streams on my Twitch. If people want that back, if they want to do more at home concerts, then just let me know. But yeah, and then also I'm on Facebook at Nick Scarpinato Music. That and Instagram are where I post all the info about my shows, releases, and then obviously on YouTube I upload any music videos or any fun video content that I happen to come up with and post somewhere.
Well, Nick Scarpinato, thank you so much again for coming out to Studio A and playing for us. Great performance.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
face, the memory fades, and now it's dusty in that place where it once settled in my head. A picture frame with me and you, pretending we had any clue, sits in dreams above my bed. I can't help but wonder how you are, where you could have gone, and I hope you'll feel the same way too before too long. Maybe I'll see you around, maybe you'll remember me, who I am, not who I was, who they think I should be. Maybe you'll be around, maybe everything will change. All I know is I'll never know till I see you again. I understand you had to leave, but you still mean so much to me, and I still hold on to that love we had. It came to be, then suddenly the ground had caved beneath our feet, and the fear of falling drove us mad. And I can't help but wonder how you are and where you could have gone, and I hope you feel the same way too before too long. Maybe I'll see you around, maybe you'll remember me, who I am, not who I was, or who they think I should be. Maybe you'll be around, maybe everything will change. All I know is I'll never know till I see you again. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's all for the best. 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 It's all for
It's All for the Best by Nick Scarpinato. And before that, we heard See You Around. Both of those are on his album With Regards From Far Away, which you can find on all streaming services. Those will close out our show for this week. A big thanks to Nick Scarpinato for joining us in Studio A, and to you for listening in this hour. Find more from Nick Scarpinato on Facebook and Instagram at Nick Scarpinato. That's Scarpinato. You can also find some videos from him on YouTube, along with behind-the-scenes video from this performance over on WNIJ's YouTube channel and on our website. If you are a local artist and you're interested in being featured on our show, send us a submission at sessions@niu.edu. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University. Producers are Mike Lundgren and yours truly. I'm Spencer Tritt, and thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.